breaking news at 4. Brendan Dassey, one of the two men made famous by the Making of a Murderer documentary, has been ordered released from prison. But the state Justice Department is working to stop that release in its tracks.
It's the latest legal chapter in a murder case that has captured the country. Casey Geraldo is live outside the prison in Portage, Wisconsin with the latest. Casey.
Charles and Shannon, after more than a decade behind bars for murder and other charges related to the 2005 death of Teresa Halbach, Brendan Dassey could be released from this prison today. A federal magistrate issued the order saying Dassey is arguably in a stronger position than the ordinary habeas petitioner. His attorneys asked for Dassey's release after the federal court overturned his conviction in August. They say he made an involuntary confession in 2006, and that was a result of various assertions and assurances the investigators made to Dassey, amounting to false promises that he would not be punished. The court feels if the state can't use Dassey's confession for those reasons, they won't be able to move forward with a retrial, but the Attorney General's office plans to file an emergency motion to stop Dassey's release, and that's one reason Dassey might not get out of prison today. But an attorney for Stephen Avery, Dassey's uncle, also convicted in Halbach's murder, tweeted he is going to be out today. We'll be back here live at 5 and 6 talking more about what it took for Dassey to get the order of release and why they say it's extraordinary that he did. Live in Portage, Casey Geraldo, today's TMJ4.
Casey, I know it's uncertain whether or not Dassey will be released, but can you give us a sense if there are family members up there expecting it might happen?
We have not seen family members. We have reached out to them, and I know we have a team in Manitowoc who is also looking to talk with them, so we're waiting to see what happens.
All right, Casey, thank you. Meanwhile, Dassey's uncle, Stephen Avery, is still waiting on tests on the evidence in the case. Avery's attorney, Kathleen Zellner, filed the motion back in August and tweeted out just a few minutes ago that the motion went through. Specifics on the tests have not yet been made available. Kathleen Zellner sent out a statement after today's decision saying, quote, very disappointing that the Wisconsin Attorney General is seeking vindication rather than justice.
Former federal prosecutor and News Radio 620 WTMJ radio host Jeff Wagner joins us now with more.
All right, Jeff, walk us through what is happening here. What just happened with Brendan Dassey's case?
Sure. I mean, Brendan Dassey was convicted after a jury trial. The matter was appealed to the state court system. State court system said no problem, confession voluntary. His attorneys then filed a motion in federal court saying his constitutional rights had been violated, and a magistrate judge in Milwaukee, which is different than a federal judge, but a magistrate judge agreed, said his rights had been violated, and ordered either release or a new trial. The Attorney General appealed to the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals, and the matter is being briefed, so it's pending. Today, that same magistrate ordered him released. Now, the release isn't going to happen today. The order says that there's a plan that needs to be put in place with the federal probation system. And so I think Dassey has till noon tomorrow to say where he would live if he's released. And then the federal probation agents go out and they verify it's suitable. So I don't think there's any way you see a release today, tomorrow, maybe not till the middle of the week. In the meantime, the state attorney general is back in Chicago, back at the Seventh Circuit, saying, wait a second, you need to stay this order. He's asking the Court of Appeals to block the release order while the overall appeal gets held.
One of the things that's mentioned in this recent release and order is that as the attorney general wants to try to make sure that this doesn't happen, in those conditions, it says why he believes that he should be released is, one, if he were to be a flight risk, which he doesn't believe he is, he would then have to go back to court with the full statement, full sentence that he just had overturned. So he probably wouldn't be a flight risk. My question to you is, you said he may not be released today, might not be released tomorrow, but it appears that his counsel had already given a plan of some sort, saying that he would stay with his mother in a trailer for the first 3 months, and that after that maybe go to an apartment.
Right.
So it seems like they do have a plan already set, not that they are just thinking about it right now.
No, right. There was a plan that was submitted to the magistrate. What has to happen now, though, is the probation officers have to go up, they have to look at the place, make sure it's suitable. That's why, you're not talking today, you're talking tomorrow or Wednesday, I think probably at the earliest. So At least that's the way I understand, that's the way I read the court's ruling. In the meantime, like I say, the state attorney general, they filed an emergency appeal down with the Seventh Circuit saying, wait a second, this guy was convicted of murder. He is serving a really, really long sentence. You should not release a convicted murderer, until you've at least decided on whether the appeal has merit or not.
Jeff Wagner, thank you very much for walking us through all of this, and there's more to come, so we'll keep an eye on it, and with your help, we appreciate it. Sure. Thanks.
You can head to our website for more information on this continuing developing story.
The